Hello and welcome back to Minecraft. Today I have a little bit of an invention to show you. I invented version 1 of this several months ago actually, but recent developments in Minecraft itself have led me to, I've been wanting to remake it much better since I made that, and so I finally gotten the chance. Now that's the old version. Nope. This is the new version, and as you know of the title of this video, it is an automatic brewer, and it's 100% automatic. What you do is you just select your item. Like, let's say we want a glistering melon, and let's say we want to make it a splash potion and a power 2. And then when we're done that, we press the button and we wait. We hear the bong telling us it's running, and this light also tells us it's running, and this light will turn off when it is finished brewing a potion. And yeah, I forgot to clear this guy, but yeah, ignore that. These are all just test potions I've made, making sure all the systems work. But I made this, my original first design. Just get rid of all these potions, while we're at it. I made my first design a few months ago. This is just my test world, by the way. Made my first design back here when I saw Etho make his automatic brewing. He had several one brew stand would do one ingredient and then it would send it to the next, and that just looked like a lot of extra steps. And I figured, why not just stick all the ingredients into droppers or dispensers and then just shoot them and they'll flow in. I was like, oh, yeah, that's much easier. And while Ethos setup, what it does is it allows for mass production in a very short time, but it's sort of an unrealistic expectation. It's like, I'm going to make 100 regen potions. And it's like, no, you probably never would do that. And so I sort of got inspired by that, and that original trench turned into this. I will explain it on the proper, nice, all-together version, and maybe while it's running. But the core of this was this thing right here. It's a selector powered by a comparator strapped to the back of this. And Generic B added this to the game essentially by inspiring Dinnerbone to add it. But that really inspired me. That was like okay, you need to go do that. You need to go remake it now kind of thing. And how that works is each setting on the comparator, each time it turns, it will vary the length of the signal by 1. So what you can do is you set up a fashion like this, where if the redstone gets to here, it'll power this block, turn off this, which will turn this on. And as you can see, because of the distance of redstone, it'll go to here, so it will turn on this, which will override that bottom signal, and then it will, but here, because the redstone only goes to there, but not to this top one, it only goes to see that guy right there, and that's sending a signal to there to turn it off, but the counter signal is still off because it hasn't gotten to there yet. And that's how that selector works. And the way I have it set up, let's see, and instant health 2. There is a bit of a bug in this snapshot because I've had to use the snapshots. Wow, that's causing a lot of lag for some reason. There's like a bug in the snapshots that even though this should be firing, I don't know what the problem is with this. I've had this with dispensers and with droppers, so it's something random to do. I had a problem with this. The gunpowder, it wasn't going, even though it should. By the wiring, it should. And then also I had a problem with the nether wart, but I eventually got that to work by putting that there, but I can't really do that here. I probably could, like something like that, but I don't know. It's a bug in the snapshot. It shouldn't do that. Man, that is causing a lot of lag. Let me flint. Grab. There we go. No lag. So yeah, that's how the selector works, and how that the secondary selector over here, because it's only 4 ingredients, I considered adding a second ring, but it would have a lot of wasted space, and the final reason I didn't go is this thing only spins clockwise, so you can't really go backwards. Like if I only had 4 there, but I don't know. I could have done doubled up, but I don't know. It just seemed like a waste. I would have rather just done this. And so these will send a signal to these pistons, and so if you see, turning that off like that, it turns these pistons on and off. So that's how the selector works. Visually, you can see here how the piston right there is slowly climbing down the line there, and then goes to that first one, and then it goes to the second one. So you kind of see how the signal length determines which is actually activated. And once you've chosen everything, you click this button, and for one, it sends a signal this way to this, and it will go to all here. And depending on which block is pushed forward by the pistons, it will send a signal to the relevant dispenser. And it just goes over here and goes to the same side with a little bit of delay, because I don't want these secondary ingredients to go in front, because that will really mess up the brewing. You really, like, say I wanted a blaze powder, but then I wanted also to make it a splash potion. This gunpowder would get there before the blaze powder, and that just doesn't work in a potion. It'll mess things up. But yeah, also there is a variable timer that I installed to grab the potions once they're done, and the way that works is there's 2 sets of timers. There's one, this guy right here, which is set up only for about 40-ish seconds. I give a little bit of leeway time for travel time, you know, just make sure it could be better, but give it a little bit of leeway. And what happens is it sends a signal like that, and this timer gets started. It's slowly transferring items. These item hopper, the hopper timers are so much smaller than what I did over there. And what that does is it sends a signal down here. It actually inverts the signal. And what that does is it turns this guy on so it doesn't flow, and it turns this guy off. I don't know how that got in there. But it turns that guy off, and that is so bizarre. I must have dropped that somewhere. But it turns that guy off, and so it will flow from the reservoir of water bottles into here. And I kind of messed up there because I sent a false signal saying it's brewing, but it's not actually brewing. So when you select one of these guys right over here, what happens is it switches this signal. I just have a line, a sensor over here that senses if any of these are activated, then it's just going to go the full, it's like 120 second timer. I considered making like 3 separate timers, but I decided against it because I didn't think it was completely necessary. This thing is more like a click it and then you wait and then it's done, and it really doesn't matter about timing that much. Yeah, I could deliver it faster. I have a few improvements I could make, so maybe I'll make a version 3, but I am very happy with this. I know that there are much better designs that I could, thinking about this, I could have used just droppers and put them right into a line of hoppers. The droppers feeding into the hoppers, and that could make this a lot smaller and more compact. I could have made this so much more compact, but that's the thing. I'm terrible at redstone, is making things compact. I make things really big, as you can see. This is version 1. I just wanted to show this just because this is what inspired this. The same sort of select your ingredients and then brew. You press a button and then it will brew it for you. But the way this worked was each signal had its individual signal going through to the where did it send? Oh yeah, those are the tertiary ingredients. But it would send a signal to here, which is going to the pistons. So it's the same concept as over there. It's pushing over a certain number of pistons. If you see here, like, get the carrots. That's that one. And this one's activated, isn't it? Oh no, it isn't. But yeah, it's all these the same idea of pistons extending based on your choice, and then you send one signal going through and it brewing it. But this was so big and clunky, I wasn't quite proud of it, and so I wasn't going to make a video several months ago just about this. I was going to build one of these on my Let's Play, but I ended up not doing that because I kind of got uninspired to do my Let's Play. I was very disappointed that I wasn't getting any reactions from it. Like, I would spend 15 hours on an episode, literally, and I'd get 10 views and no comments. And that was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm not doing this for... Yeah, and so that really just made me stop, but that's why this never got released, because I was going to build one, but then I never got around to it. I dug out the area in my Let's Play world, but I never actually built it there. But yeah, this is just a nice little design that I came up with. I built it yesterday. Or no, was it 2 days? Yeah, it was 2 days ago. I recorded a video 2 days ago, but I was tired when I made this and when I recorded that, so my explanations were not the best. So, yeah. I'm hoping that these ones is much better. I hope you guys have enjoyed. It's pretty straightforward build. Just look up the timer. Generic B. I guess I can credit him with inventing it because he did. This selector, and I use that to select pistons to send, yeah. But yeah, I maybe I'll build a version 3 someday, but I am very happy with this. As you can see, my biggest problem with redstone is making things compact. Like, yeah, this is pretty huge to do, although granted, this was just the potion selector, this like little bit here. That was all garbled mess of a timer, because I installed the same sort of timing function, but I didn't understand hopper clocks at the time, and I was just stupid, and I didn't make this neat at all. So, although the one thing I did do is I did make it, instead of just using gigantic banks of redstone, I used it for one item. It would just go through this bank of repeaters once, and then 2 items, it would go through this bank twice, and then 3 items, it would go through this bank 3 times. And so that's how I worked this out, but that's terrible. That's so big and clunky. I was so embarrassed. It's the best word for it. But this is nice and small. Just those hopper timers really compacted things. I could have compacted this much more. There's a lot of extra room. I could have shifted everything forward one. Well, maybe I couldn't, but yeah. This isn't the best, this isn't efficient, this isn't amazing, but it's something I came up with, and I'm very proud of it. I like figuring things out on my own. I really didn't look up any tutorials, except for generic piece selector, but not much, and a basic hopper timer guide, but I just implemented that into this, because I was figuring them out myself, but now that I understand them more fully, I can implement them into any future redstone builds that I do. But like I said, I enjoy figuring things out myself. I love puzzles, and I view redstone challenges as a puzzle, and so I love figuring things out. And this was quite fun to... I'd already figured out the basic mechanics over here, but it was a lot more fun to implement these new things, the multi-selector and then the hopper timers, so... It was a nice little puzzle thing, yeah. You just put your water bottles in there, and that leads to that big chute of water bottles. I could have made that bigger, but anyway, I'm rambling. That's my display, digit display. Yeah, it's so stupidly big, but it works. It works. But I built this for Badge, and yeah. I build obnoxiously. Although it's not too big for a compact display. I mean, okay, it is kind of big, but it from what I had seen before, it's pretty small, because what I did is I interlaced them, but anyway, that's a different video. I'm getting very distracted. That's why I should build far on my test world. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my automatic brewing station. I will see you next time. Wee brewing.